Yo, what up guys, OPTCG Daniel here, back at it again with a deck profile video. Today we're gonna do a fun deck. It is Ivankov. Insane artwork, it's really just right in your face. But yeah, effect is end of your turn. If you have 0 cards in your hand, draw 2 cards. Hey, you're probably not subscribed because 82% of you guys are not subscribed. And if you want Ace not to, you should subscribe. So basically just draw power when you have 0 cards in hand. So you can do some shenanigans with it. But yeah, let's put the leader behind me. Okay, right into deck profile. For our 1-cost characters, we play Buggy. So Buggy is our searcher because on play, look at the top 5 cards, add a blue impulse down. Let's see, type card other than Buggy, and then place the remaining on the bottom in any order you want. So it's just our searcher, and it's a 1k, and it can beat on some cards with a 2k stat line. So good searcher. For our next 1 cost, of course, we play 4 times the Law blocker from the starter deck, 7 Models of the Sea. It's a short 1 cost blocker, easy, no counter power, that's it. Just short 1 cost blocker. Now we go into the 2 costs. We play 4 times Alfida from OP01. So this card is a 2k counter, but if you have to play it or use its effect against like Zorro, Law, or something, you can just play it and use its effect, because its effect reads, Don 1, when attacking you may trash 1 card from your hand, return up to 1 of your opponent's cards with a cost of 3 or less to the owner's hand. So you can get rid of some annoying cards, you can bounce stuff back, blockers, small cards that will be big and hit you, especially Zorro. But yeah, primarily 2k counter. Now we go into our 3 cost. Into our 3 costs we play 4 times Don Quixote the Flamingo. The blocker with on-play effect, insane. I need to fix 2 more because I discussed this artwork. I want 4 of these, so still trying to get 2 of them. But yeah, and also look how cool this card is. So yeah, it's a 3 cost, 4k, 1000 counter, blocker, on play, look at the 5 cards of your deck and place them at the top or bottom of the deck in any order. So you can stack your deck so you know what you will draw, or what you draw into. This is a Doffy leader, so you don't know what you will play, but it's pure for draw power and know what you will draw. Especially if you have 0 cards in hand, you can put 2k counters on top with your leader effects, draw them, or some other stuff like combo pieces like the Luffy. If you have the Ivankov or you miss the Ivankov, you get Ivankov, etc, etc. Really good cards, and this card will see forever play in the entire One Piece game, unless they power creep it and do a look at top 10 or something. But yeah, for our 4 costs, we play 4 times Mr. 3, Galdino. It's a 4k, 4 cost, 5k, 1000 counter, blocker. End of your turn, you may trash 1 card and then set this card as active. So you can attack, end of turn, trash a card, put it as a blocker again, because it's still a free hit. As you can see, set this card as active. But yeah, searchable with Buggy, counter, and just a blocker who can attack and then restand. Like the 7 cost kit, but then worse. For our next 4 cost, we play 2 times Boa Hancock. Yeah, it's a 4 cost, 5k and 1000 power, counter power. Talking is hard, especially when I'm on camera. Still not used to it. But yeah, when attacking, draw 1 card and trash 1 card from your hand, then trash up to 3 cards from your hand. So it's just attack, draw 1, trash 1. You can trash 0, 2, 3 if you want to, so you don't have to do 3, you can do 1, 2, or 3 with the last trash up to 3 cards, so you can empty your hand or whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, good card, and if not, you can use it for counter. For our 4 costs, we play 4 times Inazuma. This card is busted in my opinion. It's a 4 cost, 5k, 1000 counter power, a blocker. But if you have 1 or less cards in your hand, this card gains 2000 power. So basically it becomes a 7k blocker or a 7k swinger for next turn. And of course it's searchable and it is a 1k counter. Now we go into our 5 costs, and this is where I have to read the card again, because I always forget its effect and it's a lot of text. But yeah, we play Mr. 2, Bon Clay. No idea why they give him a different name here. Bentham. But yeah, it's 5 cost, 5000 power, 2k counter, so you want to use it for the 2k counter. But if you attach 1 Don, when attacking, you may trash 1 card from your hand, place up to 1 character with a cost of 2 or less at the bottom of the owner's den, deck. Then at the end of the battle, place this card to the bottom of the owner's deck. So basically you just trade. So yeah. But yeah, you want to use it for the 2k counter, but if you have no other plays, just play it and then use its effect to get a removal. For our next 5 costs, this is kind of weird. I think people will think this is weird, but we play the Vanilla Crocodile because you can play this with Ivankov and you have 2 7Ks on the field if you don't have the Luffy. And this is just a 7k swing on Whitebeard because Whitebeard is your toughest matchup in the entire game. I'm a Whitebeard main and I've never lost against a Ivankov. Ivankov is just so freaking free for Whitebeard. Especially if you go first, because then they're at 6 dons and they cannot use the Ivankov, so they miss the curve and you can just play around the 7 drop and then play around the Luffy. But yeah, you want to play this because it's a 5 cost, 7k, 1000 counter, searchable, playable with Ivankov, and it just forces a 2k counter from Whitebeard whenever you hit it, or even more if you touch more dons. But yeah, good card, we need beaters. And then for our 6 cost, you know it, I know it, everyone knows it. We play 4 times Luffy. Insane card, a lot of people forget its double attack effect, so use it to your advantage. But you should always declare it. But yeah, cool card, no counter, 6 cost, 7k. On play or when attacking, you may trash 2 cards from your hand, return up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less to the owner's hand, then this character gains double attack during this turn. So basically, Borsalino, Marco, 4 costs below, bye-bye, back to the hand. Don't bounce counters, because you will give them a extra 1k counter in hand. But yeah, good card, double attack, so you can put some bombs under it, force a lot of counters from hand, and then just go for game next turn. Also, insane artwork. I really love this Luffy artwork. But yeah. Now we go into a 7 cost, and sadly I don't have these in alt arts. I had one, but I traded it for an alt art Marco blocker. This is Ivankov, this is your bread and butter combo of the entire deck. Your win con, because this gives you 2 bodies on the field for almost no cost. Because it's a 7 cost, 7000 power. On play, draw cards so that you have 3 in your hand, then play up to 1 blue impulse down type character card with a cost of 6 or less from your hand. So like I said, you can play the Luffy, and then do the Luffy on play effect, bounce a blocker, swing with your leader, or other cards you have on field, or play out the Crocodile, so you have 2 7k bodies on the field for just 1. And you draw cards, so that's pretty good. Now we go into our last 7 cost. People might also find this weird, but I'm a fan of the Flamingo from the starter deck. I love this card. I'm always playing it in blue decks, because it's just a easy removal. It has no counter though, but it is 7 cost, 7k. On play, return 1 character with a cost of 7 or less to the owner's hand. So basically high cards that you cannot bounce with Luffy, like Ace or what are some other annoying cards? King, yeah, you know it. But yeah, the 7 cost blocker or law. But yeah, you can bounce it back to the hand, clear board, and then just swing. Really good card, also so high stat, so really good. But yeah, this deck is primarily focused around Whitebeard, because Whitebeard is your toughest matchup. And now also very controversial, but I like this card a lot. It is 4 times Gum Rain. It's our first, at the moment, 0 cost counter, so you don't need any dons open. 0 cost counter, you may trash 1 card from your hand, up to 1 of your leader or character gains 3000 power during this turn. And trigger is return up to 1 character with a cost of 2 or less to the owner's hand. So yeah, I know what you think. You think, oh, trash a card for 3k, but still, no dons. You can use it to your advantage. You can trash a non-counter. With your leader ability, you can draw 2 cards, or if you have only this card in hand, and then you just take life, and then next hit you can do this because you have 1 card extra from life, and then you have 0 again, and then end of turn, etc., etc. You can do some really cool stuff with this, especially since we actually run a lot of non-counters in the deck with our boss monsters. And for our last 2 cards is Desert Spada. Yeah, stacking the deck, so you know what you will draw with your leader ability, or draw into cards that you miss. Good card, especially if they hit with 6. You can do this for free, because yeah, you counter for 7. But yeah, 1 don, Counter: your leader or your character gains 2000 power during this battle. Then look at the top 3 cards from your deck, then place them at the bottom or top of the deck in any order. Trigger: draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand. So yeah, it's just basically you know what you will get, and it's a 1 cost 2k counter. But yeah, that's the deck profile for Ivankov. Once again, really cool artwork, just in your face. I know a lot of people are a fan of this card or this character, so they did it justice. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you dislike it, dislike it. If you want to see more content, subscribe. We're almost at 1000 subbies, so that's nice. I will do a giveaway. But yeah, thanks for watching and see you guys in the next video. Peace.